All right, welcome back. In this video, we're going to we kind of already have gone enough over through the filtering for you to get a general idea of how to kind of get a little niche down into the different demographics to find certain type of hot properties. Right now, we're going to go through filtering to find some homeowners who either own their home free and clear or have high equity, and then also search based off the length of a residence. So, wherever you have your listing or your open house, do your due diligence of that neighborhood or that city to kind of know what type of homeowners are living there. Is it more of an older community? You can notice that people have lived there for a long time and are slowly selling. Is it more of a young community? Maybe it's an area where there's a very high turnover rate, so maybe people live there for maybe only a few years, move in, live there for a few years, and then move out. Or is it the type of community where people live there for a very long time? Especially like if for example, I'm here in San Diego, more in the metro area, people don't live there as long, but we start going out to the suburbs, we can finally find trends of the older people or families and kind of go after people based off of, all right, well, if this is a family type of home, like a single family home, 4 beds, 3 baths, they've owned it for 10 years, maybe 15 years. Well, they could have kids. The kids might be moved out by now, gone to college. Maybe it's time for them to downsize. Or based off the length or the equity, this could be an older couple that have lived here for a long time. Again, might want to downsize or move away. Just for example, let's just go ahead and let's just search, let's see, Spring Valley. Let's search the Spring Valley area. So let's just assume maybe you have a listing or an open house in this region. Kind of zoom out a little bit here. Go ahead and use our drawing tool. Let's say we're over here by Jamaica Road. Kind of map out our area and community. And then let's just go through the same steps through the filtering to find some people with high equity, either free and clear, or go off based off how long they've lived there. So we want to go for owner occupied. Let's say we want to go after single family. MLS status, let's always make sure it's off market. And foreclosure, again, we want to say none. And ownership info, this is where we'll put individual. And then from here, let's try to find some people who've lived here for a very long time. Let's say years of ownership. If we want to put, let's say they've lived there for a minimum of 15 years, we can apply. So there's 186 homes with people who have lived there for more than 15 years. So it's a very big list. So let's just try to get a little bit smaller. From here, we can start playing with the equity of the home. So let's say we have a minimum of 50% equity. It gets down to 512. Let's go up to 80% equity. So we got down to 244, but we want to keep getting a little bit smaller, especially if you're either going to cold call, do some ringless voicemails, maybe write some letters. Let's go back to ownership info. Let's try to go longer. Let's say years of ownership, 25 years. Find some people who've lived here for 25 years. So right there, you got a list of 147 people, single family homes. They've lived in the home for 25 years or more and have 80% equity. Now, this could be a very good list to either door knock, do a ringless voicemail, do a mailer campaign, inviting them to your open house or your new listing for them to come check it out and kind of build that rapport with them, or see, if they've ever thought about selling anytime soon. And you've recently been doing, been selling homes in the area as well. You can even go back to equity and see if there's any free and clear. So right here there's actually 93 properties in Spring Valley. We've lived there in the home for more than 25 years, and it's free and clear. Now, these are the type of people that, at some point they could be selling or turning a rental property, might be selling and moving to somewhere else. You can go back to the ownership info. Let's keep playing with the years of ownership. Let's put 30 years. And there's 56 properties right there. There's 56 people that have lived in the home for more than 30 years and own the home free and clear. And remember, this is owner occupied. This is an absentee or out of state or anything. So this would be a very good list that you could be doing mailers to consistently every single month, because at some point they're going to break and they might be selling, or door knocking or cold calling or using Mojo Dialer to call. So that would be a very good list that you can easily click, save, or add as a list. These are very good lists to find, especially over around where you're having an open house or a new listing, to find potential new sellers. And obviously inviting them and building that rapport and putting this type of information in your CRM to always be watching and doing marketing drips, because at some point, they are going to sell out. So hopefully that was insightful. Again, when it comes down, it's just really playing with the filtering and find that specific type of homeowner that you really want to be looking for, that you can door knock, to again do ringless voicemails and whatnot. Try to keep the list a little bit small. You don't want to go too broad and do the whole city or do the whole area and have a list of like 500 people, 600 people, because if you're doing mailers, that can get expensive quickly. Same with ringless voicemails, and you don't want your phone blowing up. I would do chunks at a time, maybe get it down to 100 to 200 at a time as you do marketing. And then as you get people calling to be taken off their list or no responses, then you can keep going back to Propstream, doing more searches, and breaking down to different areas as well too.